tale to be told. Never give up and journey on. Power in play, our hearts are strong. Let the Odyssey rise. Let the Odyssey rise. Never give up and journey on. Power in play, our hearts are strong. Let the Odyssey rise. Let the Odyssey rise.
Welcome to Odyssey Live News. This is the first episode live here. We are now Monday. It's Monday, and we are live here on the Odyssey. We'll be live Monday through Friday here on Odyssey Live News. That is the new show name. As you all know, we are going under some stuff over the channel, and we are now going to be live streaming every single day, Monday through Friday, from noon to 2. So we'll have live news every single day here on the channel. It'll be a little bit more structured, right? It'll be more structured. I will give you guys the news right away at the beginning of the show, and at the end of the show, we'll be hosting a Q&A. I have my live chat right here. I actually have an entire setup that I made completely new. I have like 3 monitors, a huge monitor just for the chat, so I can see everyone here on my side here. I mean, like with text this big. I have my prompter right here for my notes, right? And I also have here my editing screen on the other side right there with my broadcaster. So this is going to be a short thing happening every single day, Monday through Friday. And of course, this is going to be the norm from now on, right? I think I'm going to, this is supposed to be kind of like a temporary thing while the channel gets back on its track because of the shadow ban that is currently undergoing. But I've decided to make it a thing now. Instead of just being a temporary thing, I think we will have to have the show permanently here, Odyssey Live News, covering Nintendo news and indie news. Now, let's go ahead and get straight into what the show is going to be like, all right? So today's show, we will have today, as you can see here, today's show is Indie Spotlight. The first segment is called Indie Spotlight, where we go over basically a couple of titles, a couple of news inside the world of indie games. Okay, we'll cover Indie Spotlight. So every single day, we'll be covering indie news on the channel, both on the Nintendo side and both on the Steam side. Okay, so I highly recommend everyone to, if you have not downloaded Steam on your PC or on your Mac, it's available on both. You can download Steam on your PC and Mac and enjoy the world of indie games on Steam. There is a huge world that we're missing out on. And I have decided that at the Odyssey, we will no longer miss out on this amazing world of indie games and Steam. Not only on Steam, but also on Nintendo Switch too. So we will be covering Nintendo Switch 2 indie games and games on Steam. If you need recommendations on Steam devices to play video games on that are affordable, I have a couple that I'm going to be making videos on. And so we'll be talking about those very soon. So we'll start out with Indie Spotlight, which will be highlighting the indie news. We'll either a new game that's out. Maybe we'll have an interview at that section with an indie developer. Indie Spotlight is going to be dedicated to indie games. Okay, so today we have news on that. Then we'll move over to the next segment, which is Nintendo news. Okay, Nintendo news. In Nintendo news, we'll get all the updated Nintendo news, of course, with any breaking news that happens on the spot during the live show. All right, and then after we go through Indie Spotlight and Nintendo news, we'll have a chat Q&A. Now, this chat Q&A will be a Super Chat sponsored Q&A. Why? Two reasons. It supports the channel, right? It supports our new endeavor since we have lost all revenue on the channel because of what happened. People reporting the channel, they kind of literally just destroyed my revenue completely. So this super chat Q&A will support the channel. And two, the platform that I'm currently using separates the super chats into its own section so that I can read them. So you can either super chat your question or you can super chat your comment, and I will read them at the end of the stream. Okay, so we'll go through the Q&A, and you can Q&A, ask your question throughout the show with any super chat. Okay, and every super chat will be highly appreciated since it supports my efforts to continue here. Like I said, for those of you who know what's happening on the channel, or don't know, a group of people decided to report my channel, family friendly, reporting my channel for violence. YouTube got on the algorithm, got on top of my channel and shadow banned it, removing all revenue, reducing my visibility, everything except for live streams. And so that's why we're live today. And so this is just a way for me to try to get back, see if I can get some more revenue on the channel coming in with your support. So you can super chat any question and it will be separated here automatically using StreamYard, which I love StreamYard just because it separates the super chats on its own tab. I don't have to go looking for them. I can just click on the tab and see all of the super chats there. Yep, you're right. They did report my channel for violence, if you can believe that. So that is what we're doing today. What is Odyssey Extra? Well, Odyssey Extra is basically you super chatting any amount of $20 or up, and that'll add some time to the live stream. So it'll add 30 minutes to a live stream whenever somebody super chats $20. It'll add 30 minutes to the live stream. In that 30 minutes, let's see here. In that 30 minutes, whomever super chatted the $20 or more, then you can choose what you want. You want to do another Q&A, you want to chat, you want to talk about news, you want to talk about rumors, you want to do an impromptu Mario Kart World tournament, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournament, you want to watch me play Donkey Kong Bonanza. Whatever you choose to extend the live stream to, it's your choice. It's all of your choice, okay? So that is an extra feature that we're adding to our live stream. It's called Odyssey Extra. And you can do that by super chatting any say $20. I'm extending the live stream. I want to see you play Donkey Kong Bonanza, or talk about this, or address this, or anything when it comes to Nintendo or indie games. All right, so there you have it. That is going to be the Nintendo show, today's show for Odyssey Live News. We start with Indie Spotlight. We have Nintendo News. Then we have a Super Chat sponsored Q&A, where you can Super Chat your question throughout the show. And at the end of the show, I will be reading those questions. And you can also extend the podcast and say, hey, Mike, I want to see you play Mario. I want to see you play Donkey Kong. I want to see you play... let's have a Mario Kart tournament. And you can extend that for 30 minutes with any Super Chat above $20. All right. So how about we get started with the show for today? Let me get some live background music here, if that starts working. There we go. We got that one. That's Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing background music. just because we might get an Animal Crossing new game announced in the rumored Nintendo Direct. So let's go ahead and get into the news. All right, so this is our full setup. This is our setup. Let me go ahead and remove this banner. This banner does not show the current topic. All right, so let's start with indie games. Okay, this is the indie spotlight segment where we'll be talking about indie game news. And the first thing I want to talk about today is Indie World. Indie World is basically Nintendo's way of highlighting indie games on Nintendo Switch. And well, there really is no time or period to where Nintendo says, hey, I do Indie World showcases every so often, right? We have not yet seen an Indie World this year. And the last Indie World happened on August 27. This was also paired with the partner showcase. So the next Indie World showcase should be coming along very soon, and this is where Nintendo will highlight the upcoming indie games on Nintendo Switch. Now, I encourage you guys to support the indie community, especially because everyone owns a Nintendo or a Nintendo Switch. The Indie World Showcase should be happening anytime soon. We are in the month of July, where it's July 21st as of the recording of this video or this live stream news, and so we are hopefully approaching an Indie World Showcase very, very, very soon. So nobody's talking about the Indie World because I want to start talking about Indie World. Indie World is a good thing Nintendo is doing for the Indie World community, and I want to make sure that we highlight that. So Indie World Showcase might be coming along very, very soon. I know there's a direct coming soon as well, a rumored one, but we cannot forget about Indie World, and that's one that should be around the corner very, very soon. In other indie news, we have a Steam Automation Fest is happening on July 21st, starting today. So now, from July 21st at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which is it's actually 9 a.m. Pacific time right now. But July 21st, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific time, so basically about 45 minutes from now, we have a Steam Automation Fest. What does this mean? It means that games involving machines, conveyor belts, robots, oh my. So basically, as you can see here on this little screen here, we have a game called Coffee something? Captain of Industry. I think Captain of Industry. I say coffee. Why did I say coffee? So any game that involves you creating worlds, right? Look at this, like conveyor belts and a whole bunch of other stuff, trains, and anything that you can put together and create a lot of worlds, right? So we have here highlighting a lot of games that involve this type of gameplay, like Chapez Factory. We have Dyson Sphere program. We also have Foundry Update 2. And so much more here. So Indie Games Steam Automation Fest starting today at 9 Pacific time. I'm guessing that's 9 Pacific time. That should be that's 10 Pacific time. That is 1 Eastern time. So it starts at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern time. Steam Automation Fest. If you love games like this, I recommend you guys check this out on the Steam website. Make sure to check out whenever you click on a game, right? You click on, for example, this one, it'll tell you what platforms they're on here, and whether you can download it on either on your PC, on your Mac, and if you even look up at their website, it'll tell you if the game is available on Switch. Okay, so stay tuned for that. And for the last piece of news of indie games, of course, we're going to highlight Indie Mania. We just had Indie Mania this past, was it this month? Last month? In June. We had Indie Mania on June 28th. And so, as you know, Indie Mania is still going on because we still have the Indie Mania Game of the Year award ceremony happening, soon in the future. And one update that we have made on the website in order to give you guys a glimpse of everything that we highlighted on Indie Mania is this tab here, 2025 games. This gives you a direct link to every game that was showcased on Indie Mania along with their Steam page. Now, they all have Steam pages. That's why you can see Steam pages here. But I encourage you to dig deeper because some of these games are available on Nintendo Switch as well. Okay, so here we have an entire list of all of the games with the Steam link to the games that we showed off at the show. Okay, so I think we showed off over 98 games. So yeah, there are 98 games here at Indie Mania 2025. You can even search it here. Like if you search here and you put Cabby, then you'll find it there. So we have a nice little search engine there. Lord of the Rings, Gloomy Eyes, Zombie Overlord. I mean, there's a lot of games here that you can take advantage of here. If you missed the game, it's right there. All right. So, my friends, that is going to do it for Indie Games. Let's go ahead and move over to Nintendo, because we do have some Nintendo news here. Let's go ahead and move over here. All right, so the first we have here is Donkey Kong Bonanza. I don't know, I'm not sure about you, but I am enjoying Donkey Kong Bonanza immensely. It's incredible. I'm having so much fun. Look out for my review because it's so great. You guys know that I played this game at the Nintendo Switch 2 experience. I did not know how deep this game goes and how great this was. It's nothing compared to what we experienced at the experience. I know we only had like a little section to play on and smash things, but the game is just so much bigger and that than we experienced it ourselves at the Nintendo Switch 2 experience. And it's right now number one on the eShop right now. There's really Game of the Year hype behind it, and I'm just, if you have not played it yet, I will be doing Donkey Kong Bonanza giveaways on this live stream every let's do the first giveaway at the end of this month. So let's do the first giveaway actually in a couple of weeks. Yeah, so let's go ahead and start the giveaway right now. We'll do a giveaway for at least 2 copies of Donkey Kong Bonanza here on the channel, and then every live stream, every month we have a game that has been released by Nintendo. We'll do a live stream and giveaways for that. We'll also do some giveaways for indie games as well. So let me know what indie games you're looking forward to, and I can go ahead and reach out and do some giveaways on that as well. But right now, as of right now, Donkey Kong Bonanza giveaway. If you have Switch 2, have not got it yet, we'll do a giveaway for a game. But make sure you stay tuned to the live stream or on demand as well on how to enter. So yeah, UK Donkey Kong Bonanza launches straight at number 1, which is awesome, right? It's amazing how great this game is. Let me tell you, I have to admit, this is the very first Donkey Kong game that has me so hooked, right? I love Donkey Kong Country, the series, right? It's very nostalgic and everything, but I just love 3D worlds. I love exploring, and this one just took over, and really I cannot put it down. So it's going to be awesome. Donkey Kong Bonanza at number 1. Congratulations to Donkey Kong Bonanza, and stay tuned for that giveaway. In other news, we have a 3D character modeler in LinkedIn mentions work on Nintendo SRPG sequel exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2. So this could be an SRPG, Fire Emblem, something like that. Let's go ahead and continue to read here. It says here, it has been discovered via a 3D character modeler on LinkedIn account that they are working on a Nintendo strategy RPG sequel, which is exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2. It sounds likely that this could be a new Fire Emblem game, though we obviously don't have official confirmation on that. Takahi Maruyama, sorry about that. The individual concerned has worked on a number of projects in the past and was a 3D character modeler designer for Sega from 2019 to 2022. No doubt we will hear more about the project in the near future. Now, it says here it has been discovered. I wish they could have told us who discovered it, because it's kind of important to look at the source. I'll do more research and let you guys know in the post community area who was the source of this news, because somebody discovered it, right? Somebody discovered this news, and so it looks like we might be hearing about a Fire Emblem game to Nintendo Switch 2. And this could be also shown in the rumored upcoming Nintendo Direct. All right, so let me know in the chat if you guys are excited for a new Fire Emblem game. In other news, Nintendo Switch Online Playtest program says it's open. All right, let's see here. And yeah, Nintendo is doing another playtest. It's here. Thank you for waiting to get into the Nintendo Switch Online Playtest program. We will be pleased to hear that it is now open and accepting applicants. You will need a Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack members to participate in the scheme. The playtest is seemingly for the same software as before, and is set to take place on July 28th through August 10th. You can sign up at the Nintendo Switch Online Playtest program here. So, my friends, there is another playtest happening here. You can either sign up as a group or you can sign up individually, and it looks like playtest program is now officially open for you to sign up. Now, I wonder why Nintendo is doing a playtest program, right? What are they trying to test? I know it has to do with Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, because you have to have the expansion pack in order to participate. So at least that narrows down what the test is for, right? It's something related to the expansion pack. And so expansion pack, multiplayer, something, right? That's all we know. It's a playtest. It's going to be the same exact one that they did before, but now they're opening it again. And so if you have not signed up yet, if you have the expansion pass, go ahead and do so right now. And yeah, that's it, basically it. I haven't signed up yet. I'll probably do it after the stream to see if we can go ahead and sign up to that and get selected, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and go over the next piece of news here. And just a reminder that if you would like to join the Q&A at the end of this live stream, you can do so for any super chat, right? You can do so for any amount. Put your question down for the Q&A, and you can also extend the live stream by 30 minutes with any super chat above $20. Okay, so you can extend the live stream and request either we talk about a certain rumor, we talk about a certain game, we maybe do a little impromptu Mario Kart tournament, 8 Deluxe or World, play Donkey Kong Bonanza, anything you want to do during that live stream, you get to choose at the end. So just a reminder, you can go ahead and if you would like to participate in the Q&A for today, you can super chat any question you want. If you are a member on the channel, you might have a member question also. So make sure that you look at the bottom and you select if you have a member super chat, a member chat, then go ahead. You can use that as well to bring in your question at the end of the podcast. Okay, so thank you so much for being a member. And that's a perk for every member. You can have one free highlighted chat there, and you can go ahead and use that to ask the question. All right, so we have Pokemon happening. Pokemon Presents. Today's Pokemon Presents will be roughly 24 minutes long. It's not today. I don't know why they say today's. Oh, Tuesday. What did I say? I just read today. It says Tuesday. So Tuesday's Pokemon Presents will be roughly 24 minutes long. Okay, and so I'm sure that a lot of that time will be dedicated to Pokemon Legends Arizona, which will be out in October. And so let's go ahead and read more here. It says here, we've got a new Pokemon Presents heading our way on Tuesday of this week, which is tomorrow, my friends. Tomorrow is the Pokemon Presents, okay? Which is tomorrow, which should give us a lowdown of what to expect from the exceptionally popular franchise going forward. It has been discovered that the runtime of the Pokemon Presents will be roughly 24 minutes long. So that should provide us with all we need to know about Pokemon Legends ZA, Pokemon Trading Card Game Pocket, and much more. Pokemon Presents begins at 6 a.m. Pacific time and 2 p.m. UK time. and that is 9 a.m. Eastern time. So if you are looking forward to the Pokemon Presents, this is happening tomorrow. It's happening tomorrow. So we'll be live streaming that. Let's see here. We have the news at 12. We'll do that. We'll do both of them. We'll go ahead and live stream Pokemon at 6 a.m., 9 a.m. Yep. So it's 9 a.m. Pacific time. We'll live stream the Pokemon Present, and then we'll proceed with that. After that, it's only 20-something minutes. We'll come back later on with the news at noon. All right. So tomorrow, Pokemon Presents. Make sure you set up your calendars, your reminders for that Pokemon Presents tomorrow. It's going to be 24 minutes long, and we'll see what the Pokemon company has in store for us. And let's see here. And let's see here. Before we get, this is the news. This is the story before the last story, and then after that, we'll go ahead and go into the Q&A for the live stream here. All right, so we have here the latest Famitsu readers' most wanted games, and let me know in the chat whether any of these games are on your most wanted as well. So we have here the top 10 most wanted games. At number 1, we have Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD Remake. All right, with 737 votes. We have number 2 for PS5. We have Pragmata. At number 3, Dragon Quest again. I wonder if that counts. Dragon Quest. Okay, so the first one was for Nintendo Switch. Number 3, we got Dragon Quest 1 and 2 for PS5. At number 4, we have Super Robot Wars. Well, Super Robot Wars Y for Nintendo Switch. At number 5, we have Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment for Nintendo Switch 2. At number 6, we have Pokémon Legends Arizona. Pokémon Legends Arizona for number 6 for Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch. At number 7, we have Nintendo Switch 2's Kirby's Air Rider. At number 8, we got Dragon Quest 1 and 2 Remake again for Nintendo Switch 2. So that is on the list 3 times. I'm guessing everyone for every console is looking forward to that game. Number 9, we have Professor Layton and the New World of Steam. That's for Nintendo Switch. At number 10, we have Silent Hill F. And this is for PS5. All right, so that is the top 10 list for most anticipated and most wanted games. All right, my friends. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and move to the last topic of today for the news part. We spoke about indie games. We're talking about Nintendo news. And then after that, we'll do the Q&A. If you guys, again, if you want to participate in the Q&A, we'll go ahead and then you can super chat any amount for any question, and we can go ahead and read your question live on the stream. Let's see here. If not, then we can go ahead and end the stream early, because that's basically that's the show. All right, so let's go ahead here. The last story for today is not highlighted here, but it's basically having to do with Nintendo Direct, right? So let's go ahead and let me go ahead and go over to the new to here, maybe. No, not that, not there. This one. All right, no, not there either. Okay, so the last story for today has to do with the Nintendo Direct. 1 second. All right, so today, there is a Nintendo Direct happening. Well, rumored to be happening this month, right? And so the sources for this Nintendo Direct is beat 'em ups, Nintendo YouTuber beat 'em ups, and of course Nate Drake, or Nate the Hate. These are the two sources that we are going on when it comes to, having a Nintendo Direct later this month. Now, the Nintendo Direct could happen this week, because we're having a Pokemon Presents tomorrow, and maybe tomorrow Nintendo will drop the announcement for a Nintendo Direct the very next day. And so this Nintendo Direct, of course, we still have unfinished business, and when it comes to Nintendo games, this year. We still have not heard anything for the release date of Metroid Prime 4, which is crazy, right? Metroid Prime 4 is only, I would say, a couple of months away from its release date. It's just maybe 2 or 3 months away, and it's yet to have a release date, which is a little bit suspicious. I hope they don't really they don't delay that game. I hope they don't delay that game, because a game like that not having a release date at this point in time, where we're just months away from it, I don't know why they're not giving us that release date. There's no point and for them not giving us that release date. And so that is one of the games that we're going to be seeing in this Nintendo Direct. Of course, there's a lot of other third-party developer games. According to Nate the Hate, there's a lot of games that are planning on showcasing at this Nintendo Direct from third-party developers. Microsoft, we got Square Enix, we have Ubisoft, we have Sega, and a lot of these big third-party developers are wanting to show games on Nintendo Switch, and they want to do it on a Nintendo Direct, right? And I love the fact that they're waiting for a Nintendo Direct, just because they want to make sure that the support is there behind Nintendo Switch 2. And so you can expect a lot of third-party support in this Nintendo Direct. Microsoft is one that needs to be showing up, because they do have a 10-year deal with Nintendo to bring Call of Duty. And apparently there is a new Call of Duty game that will be announced. I think I saw a post for Jeff Keighley talking about this new Call of Duty over at Gamescom. So we'll see in this Nintendo Direct what happens when it comes to third-party support and Microsoft. Now, other third-party, not third-party, but first-party games, because we know they're still, Nintendo Switch 2 is brand spanking new, and there are games out there. People love Luigi's Mansion 4. That could be one game that could be mentioned, right, for next year. There's already a game in October. I don't think Nintendo will share October with any other game, because Pokemon took over October. Metroid Prime needs a release date. I think the other game was Kirby Air Riders. No release date as of yet, and it's stated for this year. There is another game that I am missing right now. Let me go ahead and go over to the press website really quickly here, and then get those other games that are on the calendar for Nintendo, and they have yet to issue any information on these games yet. But we should be getting more information on them very, very soon, because they scheduled for 2025. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment, I think, is one of them. All right, let's go ahead and share my screen here real quickly. And here we have some games that are here stated for 2025. So let's start from here. Mario Kart World, of course. Kirby the Forgotten Land. Yeah, Kirby the Forgotten Land is basically the Nintendo Switch 2 version, the additional story coming in August. That already has a release date. Kirby Air Riders on 2025 does not have a release date, so the Nintendo Direct could be the perfect place to bring this game. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment says TBA here. I hope that doesn't get delayed, because Joycey will freak out if this game gets delayed. Because we had the Zelda game delayed. There's always a delay with Zelda games. So Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment, on their press website, they have it listed as TBA. Then we have Drag X Drive, and we have Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is, well, let me go ahead and then fix this date here. All right, there we go. Now we can see the games that are coming. Mario Party Jamboree is coming out this week on the 24th. This is the extension, which is the TV part for the Nintendo Switch 2. Then followed by Kirby and the Forgotten Land, the extension to that one, the new game for that one. Then we have, in October, we have Pokémon Legends Arizona, 10/16/2025. Then we have Drag X Drive after that, but there's no date on here yet. I'm not sure. Did they release a date here on the Nintendo Switch app? Drag X Drive. Kirby Air Riders as well. And we also have Metroid Prime 4 with just a 2025 on the slate. These two games here, Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment TBA, and of course Splatoon Raiders TBA. The Splatoon Raiders, people are thinking that that's going to be a 2026 game, and so those are the upcoming games for Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 without a release date just yet. So, all right, so that is what we have so far, and hopefully the Nintendo Direct that is rumored to be either this week or next week. We know it was sometime after the Donkey Kong game release, and Donkey Kong is just amazing. Could be this week, could be next week. I know tomorrow we're having the Pokemon Presents. Nintendo could very well drop the announcement to have the Direct on Wednesday or Thursday this week, or have it next week, which will be the last week of the month. Can you believe that we're already at the end of July? August is around the corner, the fall season and the holiday. Everything is just flying by so quickly. And so let's see here. Now let's go ahead and enter into our Q&A section. You can go ahead and super chat your question for any amount, up to like $1. If you can, I'm not sure if you can do 50 cents, but you can super chat your question for any amount. Ask your question so that I can go ahead and highlight there and then answer your question in the chat. If you are a member, you get one Q&A question asked. So make sure that you use your member chat. So if when you use your member chat, then that will highlight the question and separate it for me on my end, and that way I can go ahead and get your question in here. So let's go ahead and start with that. Let me go ahead and hide my screen there. Go back to the screen here. And all right. So we have this one super chat here, and this one is by Joycey. Hi Joycey, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you so much. What's the best video game series ever, and why is it Zelda? Thank you. The best video game ever, and why is it Zelda? I would say because no other story, no other game in the history of gaming pulls you in physically, emotionally, and with excitement like The Legend of Zelda does. I think that game is just it brings you in so much. It has such a deep lore and deep story. And the thing is that you continue to learn more every day. Even today, the most knowledgeable Zelda fan, the most knowledgeable lore Zelda YouTuber or whatever learns something new every day about the game, right? There's still a mystery there behind the entire game that people are just so intrigued by. The story itself is just one masterpiece of a story, right? Who would think that, you know, you have these two characters that are tied and intertwined by time, and they're stuck together. It starts as a curse, but it's like a love story and a curse at the same time, you know? And so I think the story is just incredible. And I think that's why Zelda is such an incredible game and such an incredible story. Every game that they pull over just gives you something new, and it's something that continues to give you something. The game, even when you play the same game over and over again, you discover something new. You learn something new. You look at things differently, right? And I think that's the only game that I know of that has this type of deep connection with it. So I'm just super ecstatic for what the movie's gonna do to the franchise, right? It's not only gonna make it even better, but it's gonna just bring that lore and that story out to the main audience who really would love to know about Zelda, but they don't want to play the video game. And they can watch the movie. And so, yeah, I think that's why it is the one of the best video games ever. Yeah, I mean, series ever, right? There's just so much behind it, and it's an open book that you continue to learn from every single day. So yeah, that is my answer to that question. I love I love that. I love the Legend of Zelda, and it is one of my favorite franchises ever. All right, my friend. So if that is the last question, the first and the last question, then I think this is the end of the stream. Remember, for future reference, you can go ahead and throughout the Q&A portion, you can go ahead and super chat any super chat, ask your question, and we can read them at the end of the live show. Since this is a brand new live show, it's not a regular live stream where we hang out, and this is meant for giving you the news in place of a regular video. So I also have to keep people who are watching it and after the fact in mind and not ramble too much, because like I tend to ramble a lot on live streams. So Monday to Friday we have the live stream. Let me go ahead and go over again what the live streams entail from now on for this show particular, right? We have every show Monday to Friday we'll have the indie spotlight. Okay, indie spotlight is anything indie world, anything in indie game sphere, right? It could be news, it could be an interview with a developer, it could be a new game that's coming out that I want to highlight during that section. And so we'll talk about indie games. We'll go then over to Nintendo news. All right, over to Nintendo news, and that we'll cover at least 4 to 5 news topics in that section there. And then we'll go over to the super chat. Oh, super chat sponsored the Q&A. And the reason why we do super chat sponsors because, as you all know, I lost all revenue from the channel. That will help the channel recover the revenue, and of course, it'll also help separate the questions for the super chat because StreamYard separates all the questions on the side, so it's easier to read at the end. And of course, Odyssey Extra is anybody who would like to extend any of the live streams during the week with a $20 super chat. You can extend it and request to either play a game, talk about a certain topic, anything that you guys would like to extend the podcast for. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Tournament, Mario Kart World Tournament, watch play Donkey Kong Bonanza, speak about a specific game, talk about rumors, discuss anything you've heard or any questions you may have. So that is the show that's happening Monday through Friday. That is Odyssey Live News, happening every day from noon to 2. Is there a 2? Well, from noon to 2, as in the times that we're going to be the limit time. But it can last an hour, can last 2 hours, and so that is the show. My friends, if you have not, if you, I'm sorry guys, this thing here, the chat on the side, this chat on the side, on that side right there, that is supposed to be up here, but I don't know how to put it up here. How to just grab it here and put it there. I don't know how to do that. Anyway, my friends, that is the news for today. Thank you guys so much for watching today. This is Odyssey Live News. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to share the stream. Make sure to clip your favorite section there, and then we can continue this brand new show. I hope you guys enjoy the show for today, and I'll see you in the next one. Before I let you go, I got 2 things I gotta let you know. Number 1, never give up, and number 2, journey on. Let me see if I can find the screen. Peace.